Hey yo, welcome to my channel. My name is Bernicia, but you can call me V. If you are new here, welcome. I'm so happy to have you. And if you have been around, I hope you stay around. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Today, we're going to get into all things weight loss, how I lost 79 pounds, what I did to do that, and baby, the ins, the outs, the goods, the bads, the uglies, baby, the truth of it all. So I hope you enjoyed this Get Ready With Me and Q&A. Let's get into it. And we're about to get into how I lost a good amount of weight. Like, I started at 241. I'm now sitting at 162.4. So we've been moving and grooving. We've been doing some things. We are about to get ready to go to a football game, but I wanted to sit down and chat with y'all about my whole entire weight loss journey, get into some deep questions so y'all can get to know me a little bit more, and I can just tell you my story and kind of how I got started with social media, weight loss, the whole thing, girl. So sit back, get a drink, get a snack, and we about to talk. We're gonna go for a pretty light look today, nothing too crazy because it's still hot in Texas. So I'm gonna go in with the Fenty Hue Drops with the SPF in it. Girl, this stuff is magic in a bottle and I love it. The only thing that I don't like is that it smells like sunscreen. I wish the smell was better. That's the only thing that I just like, ew, it's not giving. To get into nitty gritty, I am someone who has struggled with my weight my whole entire life. I have tried several diets. I have lost weight and gained weight several times. And I had honestly just thought after my like 30th, 50th time of like trying to diet and just my weight kind of yo-yoing that I was going to be just obese and overweight my whole entire life. I had just come to a realization that this is my life. I'm going to be struggling with health complications my whole life. I'm going to be in this bigger body my whole life. There's nothing I can do about it because my body is fighting against me. And I was just tired, honestly. I was just tired of trying. I was tired of failing. I was tired of almost succeeding but then going back. It was just a whole lot. And it really did a lot to me mentally, as well as physically too, like just trying different things that are really not good for your body, you know what I mean? And just doing it because you want to be smaller, you know what I mean? And just growing up in a world, let's talk about it, just growing up in a world that treats smaller people better. And I just felt like I struggled so much when I had a larger body that a lot of people don't talk about that, but it's the truth. Anyways, so going through all of that, when I was a senior in high school, I got diagnosed with PCOS. And that is basically something that really fights against your body. And it made my cycles very irregular. It made my hormones out of whack. I probably had maybe like 2 to 3 cycles a year. And it was just, I didn't know that it was not common to not have a cycle like that until I had like a pain in like my lower ovary area, I guess you can say. Went to the doctor, we did some tests and stuff, and they were like, okay, girl, you have PCOS. I'm a senior in high school, like 17, 18 years old. I'm like, what is that? Try to look it up on internet. Nobody was talking about it. Like maybe a few amount of people, not nearly as much or not nearly as many people that are talking about it now, including myself. And so I was just like, what do I have? Can I get rid of it? And how is my life gonna look like after, right? So I remember at the time my doctor had told me that he was like, basically the thought of you having kids or anything like that is not going to be in your cards because of your irregular cycles and your infertility. For one, how did you know I was infertile? Because I hadn't been trying at that time. I don't think, maybe I don't know. But anyways, I'm just like, how did you know? Like, you know what I mean? And so hearing a doctor say that really just put the thought of me being a mom, having kids, all of that at the back burner. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna be the cool rich auntie, you know, taking care of my business, all the good things. And so I really was not focused on having kids. I was not focused on having a family for the longest. Fast forward up until 2022. This whole time I'm doing diets. I'm doing keto. I'm doing cabbage soup diet. I'm doing all the trendy things, apple cider vinegar. I'm doing all of the crazy stuff, girl. Waist training, intermittent fasting. You name it, I did it. And so I was trying everything. Some things would make me lose about 30 pounds, but then I gained right back plus some. And so I was doing all the things, and I had hit rock bottom in 2022. Hit rock bottom, and I was just fed up. That's when I had really just came to terms that this is how my body is going to be, but I really didn't want it to be like that. But I just, you know, I was becoming okay with just living in a miserable type of life, which is so sad when I think about it. But I was just like, this is just me. I can't do nothing. This is just me. And so I gave him one last try, and I talked to my doctor, and I really, girl, that whole appointment, I was boohoo crying. I was just like, I'm tired. I've tried everything. I don't know what is wrong with my body. It's freaking out. I'm doing all the things. I'm eating clean. I'm working out twice as hard, but instead of the scale going down, it's going up. And I'm just like, what the hell is wrong with me? So I had a very, very heart-to-heart with my doctor back in October of 2022. And she was like really empathetic, sympathetic with me, and was like, okay, there's something called Mounjaro. Have you heard about it? And at the time, I have heard about it because I was on TikTok, and I had seen some people talk about it, but it was maybe like 2-3 people. And I had seen a lot of people talk about Ozempic and Wegovy. So I knew about Ozempic, Wegovy, and Mounjaro, but at that time, y'all, I swear I did not think it was gonna work. I thought all of this stuff was just like another trendy thing that if I got on it, I was probably gonna lose 10 pounds and then gain 30 back. Like, I was not, my hopes were in hell, okay? They were in hell. And so I was just like, yeah, I heard about it. And she was like, okay. At that time, she didn't know I had the coupon, because at that time, back in the day, there was a $25 coupon that got you started on the injections. They don't got the number, girl. They don't got it no more. They took it away. But there was a coupon. And so in that, she didn't know I had it. So she said, let's go ahead and try you on Contrave, which I think is a pill. My insurance did not cover that Contrave anyways, thank God. And so that ended up just her prescribing me then Mounjaro. And so November 2nd, 2022, I started my first injection of Mounjaro, which at the time was prescribed to me off label, because it was initially made for type 2 diabetics. But as doctors who always prescribe things off label, so I don't want to hear it, they were seeing that it's helping other people who struggle with obesity, PCOS, so many other like health related type of things that they struggle with. It's helping with so many people. So my doctor, luckily, was one of those doctors, and she was like, I have a couple of patients that I have put on Mounjaro who also have PCOS, and we, you know, if you're open to taking a weekly injection long term, I can go ahead and prescribe it for you. And I was like, baby, if it work, I don't care about taking a shot once a week. Yes, sign me up, because at that time, this was just another thing I was trying, you know what I mean? I didn't know how life-changing it truly was up until now. But I started then, and what was so crazy, I truly did not know that it was going to work until I weighed myself 7 days later after my first injection, and that scale told me I was down 6.8 pounds. I said, oh, we're in a whole other league. I've never experienced this before. And it was crazy because I was still doing everything that I was doing before the medication, because for me, I have already been trying to actively lose weight. And so all I really did was just add the shot to my routine. And then to realize I'm down 6.8 pounds a whole week later, I started at 241. I think I had weighed in at 235. I was like, let me see. I need to look, because I used to track my weight like by the week in my phone. So y'all can see I'm not lying. Look, weekly Mounjaro breakdown. Starting weight 241.4. Week 2, what was I? 234.6. Just know, I think I cried. I think I cried when I weighed myself and I realized that, oh my goodness, this is crazy. This is insane. What the hell am I taking? And so at the time, my doctor, I think we had weekly checkups, or we had monthly checkups or bi-weekly checkups. I don't know, but I remember meeting with her very, very frequently in the beginning, because she wanted to make sure that I was tolerating the medication very well, because there are some GI side effects that can get you. And they done got me a couple of times. But we were checking in pretty frequently, and she was so proud of me. And I remember just feeling like I can do this. You know what I mean? Like, I just felt like this is something different. I had a spark about me again. I was excited. I was excited about the chance to get it right. Finally, after so many years of just not, failing and getting it quote unquote wrong. But anyways, so that's when I started taking Mounjaro, November 2nd, 2022, and fast forward up until now, 2024, what is this? The end of August, and I am almost to my goal weight of 160. I'm 5'7", and this is just something I would have never in a million years thought that I would be able to say. My PCOS symptoms are under control. My cycles are regulated. I'm ovulating. Shout out to my doctor who told me I was never gonna have a family, because now I can if I want to. And I don't know. And I started sharing my journey on TikTok to just make a video, and I was like, y'all, I don't know what the hell I'm taking, but I'm taking it, and I'm gonna use this as just a way to keep me accountable. Cause I mean, that's just what I wanted to do. And so in doing so, I had kind of gained a following, and I really wasn't intending to like make my page like a whole PCOS weight loss page, whatever, but it kind of just turned into that, because I'm the type of person that if I'm doing something, my whole life is going to be that's going to be my personality until like on to the next thing, you know what I mean? And so if I'm not fully in it 100%, I'm not going to stay with it. And so that was just my page, because that's what I'm currently doing in my life, right? And it's what I'm still doing. And so my page really turned into like a whole advocacy, sharing my journey with my weight loss, how I'm feeling on my injections, things like that. And I have met so many amazing people. I have actually gotten a chance to be on a Weight Watchers commercial, because I get my medication now through Weight Watchers Clinic. And baby, I would have never, my life has literally just changed. It has done a completely 180. Like, I don't know. And I'm just so grateful, because just thinking back to where I was almost now 2 years ago and where I am today, it makes me emotional, because I would have never, ever thought that I'm here and I can actually be happy. Because one of my main goals for forever was just to be, was just to be happy. And I just felt like I'm a really positive person, and I just like, to spread laughs and other stuff to other people. And I was just like, what, I just really want to actually be happy instead of faking it, you know what I mean? And I can really say I've reached that destination. And not even just because of the weight loss, but just because I don't have to worry about my health anymore. I've had some really major health complications leading up to this, and so my family has a lot of health complications. And so just having that weight lifted off of like my blood work being normal, my weight being off of me so I can be healthy. I don't have to worry about high blood pressure, type 2 diabetes, or any type of cancers, really, knock on wood, because that can still be possible. But you know what I mean? It's just like, that was such a heavy burden on me, was my health. And to not have to worry about that really just, girl, that's why I love talking about this stuff, because so many people don't know that this stuff exists. But literally talk to your doctor, because it can change your life. That's all I'm gonna say about that. That's all I'm gonna say about that, girl. And I'm not sure if I said what brow pencil I'm using, but this is the Rare Beauty Precision Brow Pencil in the shade Deep Brown. She's my girl, I love her. And then I'm still kind of old school, is that the word, when it comes to concealing my brows, because girl, look, I still use the LA Girl Pro Conceal, and I want y'all to say something. I want you to. Cause baby, can't no other application, like, you see that? You see what she can do? It makes concealing the brows so easy. And I need to get a new one, honestly. But now that I am 2 pounds away from my goal, my weight loss has kind of like been plateauing. It's been kind of going up and down and all around. But it's all really about consistency. And so many people, when it comes to these medications, they love to be like, oh, y'all are taking the easy way out, y'all are cheating, whatever. But honestly, like when I first started, them things used to get to me. But now I'm just like, for one, you have never lived in my shoes. You don't know my reason why I'm taking this. And baby, I don't even have to tell you, because who are you? As long as my doctor has said, gave me the okay, that's all that matters. Like, baby, please go line yours. And if you wanted to know how to get on it, that's all you had to tell me, and I can give you the link to sign up. That's it. Girl, people be hating from outside the club, and they really just trying to get in. And I'm like, girl, if you wanted help, just say that. You don't have to be dissing me. Please. We're about to answer some questions too, like some Mounjaro weight loss GLP-1 questions. I posted a story on my Instagram, and if you're not following me on Instagram, give me a follow, and TikTok. They're both the same name as my YouTube name. And I'm just gonna run through some questions while we finish up this face, girl. So, I'm weak, girl. How does it feel to be snatched? I'm not snatched 100% yet. I do have some loose skin. I know that's a big question that people ask me all the time on TikTok and on Instagram, is about my loose skin. I do have loose skin in my arms and on my stomach, even a little bit in my thighs. I have really been taking strength training a little bit more seriously this year. And I do Pilates as well, twice a week. And so I'm really trying to help kind of tone some things up. But my heaviest weight, y'all, was 281 pounds. I am almost 120 pounds down from that number. So my skin has been stretched out so much, and it's only so much the gym can do, which is why I talked about it in my vlog. Check that vlog out if you haven't checked it out, where I was just like, maybe it's time for me to really get a tummy tuck. Maybe it's time for me to get some surgery, because even though I'm nervous as hell to do that, I believe, and this is just me being honest, I won't be 100% satisfied with my body until I get the loose skin gone. And that is just me telling you the honest truth. Unexpected changes with weight loss and GLP-1 use. Unexpected changes? I think for me, what was unexpected was, and I might sound crazy about this, but I used to think about food all the time without really knowing that nobody else really think like this. And so I used to just kind of let food control my life. I was an emotional eater. I was a stress eater. I was low-key struggling with binging from time to time. Like, food was in charge of my life. And I would just sprinkle it and call me a foodie to, you know, make it sound good. But girl, no, I had a terrible relationship with food. And especially like when I would be on diets and stuff, and I would just, you know, eat really clean for a couple, maybe like a week or two, and then all of a sudden, because I cut out so much and I restricted myself so much, that I would give myself a cheat day. That cheat day would lead to a cheat week. that cheat week would go to a cheat month, and I have fallen off the wagon. And that is basically how my whole weight loss journey has been up until now. And so what was unexpected for me was me no longer thinking about food all the damn time. Because what Mounjaro has done for me, Mounjaro or Zepbound, it has really just, for one, it makes me get full faster and I stay full longer, kind of what protein and fiber does, but it does that for me. But it also works with my PCOS and my other hormonal things. But it also works on a mental component too that a lot of people notice. And for me, it just really made me look at food as fuel. It has allowed me to fix my relationship with food. I don't give food a good or bad morale. I just look at food at, okay, this is good for my body. I'm all about portion control, eating in moderation and things like that is kind of what I have just approached when it comes to this journey. And so I think, to answer your question, that was probably the most unexpected thing, was just how, for one, me noticing and realizing how bad my relationship with food was, and then taking the medication, having those food noise and that food thoughts no longer be in my brain, and really having the time to fix my relationship with food. Yeah, that's it. Oh, another one was, baby, when I lost weight, okay, for one, I have never had a pit. You know how people call armpits armpits? My pit was always fat. Like, it was never a pit. And so what shocked the hell out of me the other week, maybe like 2 months ago, I was taking a shower and I looked and I was cleaning my arm and I said, it's a hole right there. I said, oh, we actually have a pit. That shocked the hell out of me. So that's another unexpected one. An armpit? Baby, I have a pit. I have never had that in my life. What tips do you have to buy new clothes as the weight is dropping? I would say, for one, I really didn't, this is just my experience. Everyone's gonna be different. No! My Huda Beauty. Tips to buy new clothes. So what I would say would be, number one, this is just me talking about my experience, but I truly didn't have a drastic change in my clothes sizing until I probably hit like 50 pounds. I want to say maybe around like 30, 40 pounds lost. Things were getting loose, but by the time I hit 50 pounds down, it was like, girl, like it's getting ridiculous. So that's when I officially started buying new clothes. The thing is though, I would hold off on buying a lot of redoing your wardrobe until you are at the size that you want to be. I mean, at the time when I was still losing weight, I was getting things that I needed at the time, but also getting them on sale, on clearance. Like, I was all about saving my coin, because no, I'm gonna be in a size 12 for maybe 2 months and then I'm gonna be in a 10. I don't got time to be, spending $200, $300, $500 on something that's gonna last me 2 months. So I was, shopping the clearance racks, peeping out the sales, and doing things like that. Shein, all that good stuff. And so that'll be my tip for you. Next question, what made you decide to use GLP-1s for your weight loss journey? It was gonna be GLP-1s or bariatric surgery for me, because like I said in the beginning of this video, I was just at a low. And so what made me go ahead and, just bite the bullet for a GLP-1 or Mounjaro was that my doctor was basically saying how amazing it was for women who have PCOS. I also felt comfort in knowing that if I wanted to stop the medication at any given time, I could. And so there wasn't any long-term commitment to an extent. Because if I want to stop today, I can stop and never take another injection again. So I really like the fact in just knowing that I can drop off, pick up whatever I want to, versus having surgery. It's more of a commitment. Once you have the surgery, once you are on the table, baby, there is no going back. And so I really just like the aspect of that. Ooh, this is a good one. How do you get past body dysmorphia? Girl, it sucks. Take pictures. Take pictures, take videos. I often compare myself all the time, especially when the scale is not doing what it's supposed to do. Girl, take a picture. And listen, I know so many people who I talk to on a daily basis who hate taking pictures. You don't have to look at the pictures. Take that picture and put it in a folder. Hide that picture until you just need it so it can bring you out, because the scale is going to lie to you. She's going to lie. And there's going to be moments where the scale is not moving at all. I'm talking for me, I just broke my damn stall. I have been sitting at the same weight, bouncing back and forth since February. Girl, it's September almost. And the scale finally done moved. We done broke it, thank you Jesus. But you know, it's just, the scale is not your friend. And the scale is also not the only measure of success, so don't forget that. But when you are having your body dysmorphia moments, try on the old piece of clothing. Also compare pictures of how you used to look before versus now, and that can kind of help you put some things into perspective. Okay, I forgot to show y'all what concealer I used. Where is it? But it's the MAC. This is the MAC concealer in the shade NC44. The MAC Studio Fix concealer. She's a vibe. I really like it. And then I'm going in with the BK Beauty A506 brush. I got this from TikTok Shop, but she is a really, really good brush right there for concealer. Love it. She blends out concealer like a dream. The next question. What is the most difficult thing to keep up in my journey? Girl, okay. And I just talked about this on my Instagram stories, because this is just the honest to God truth. And let me set my face real quick. I'm going in with the Patrick Ta dual-ended brush, and I'm going to do the Sephora, where is it? Maybe the Sephora Micro Smooth Powder to just kind of bring some color around my face. Like I said, I'm not doing too much with this face. We are just enhancing the features. But I would say the thing that has been the most difficult to keep up would be, for me, I don't want to say consistency, but I do want to say, and like I talked about in my Instagram stories a couple of days ago, was that sometimes I get really comfortable and just being on this medication, and I can just be like, you know what? I'm not going to do anything today because I'm on Mounjaro or I'm on Zepbound. You know what I mean? I'm not going to try as hard anymore because I'm on the medication. I'm taking my shot tomorrow. Like, you know what I mean? And so sometimes I let that mindset take over, which that's just me being 100% honest with y'all. And that can really be a reason as to why I start being in a stall and things like that. I kind of get complacent. I get lazy. I just get content. And that's kind of what, you know, just makes me lose weight a little bit slower compared to others. But at the same time, in the same breath, I believe that breaks are really important, because this is just not something that I'm taking for, you know, a couple of months. This is going to be a lifestyle for me. I will more than likely be on this long term because of my PCOS. And I've also been someone who struggled with my weight my whole life. And so I struggle with obesity. And then those things are just hand in hand like that. It doesn't go away. If you have been someone who struggles with their weight their whole life, you probably always will. And I just, you know, that's something that I learned with talking to my doctor, talking about obesity, talking about all these things that can just lead to weight gain and just struggles. You know what I mean? And so, yeah, that is something that I struggle with, but breaks are healthy. Breaks are needed. They're necessary, because I feel like if I was just going hard all the time without being realistic to my lifestyle and stuff like that, then I would crash and burn and I would never do anything. I would go all the way back. You know what I mean? So that is my take on that. The next question is, let me see. Tell us more about being a Pilates mommy, period. So I started doing Pilates in January of this year, and I was really just looking for something. As a girl who has PCOS, I also realized to listen to my body in terms of my cortisol levels. And so I look for cortisol friendly, low impact, cute girl workouts. Because I used to do like HIIT and just crazy stuff and wonder why people do that and they're successful, but when I do it, I'm gaining weight. And it turns out, girl, when you actually start learning about your body, you know how to make it work. And so it turns out for me, I can't do those high intensity workouts. I have to do Pilates, some strength training. Walking is something I've also really have done since the beginning, and I love to walk. Walking has changed the game for me. A simple walk, the most I do is maybe like an hour walk, 30 minutes to an hour, and girl, that has been the bulk of my workouts, walking and Pilates now. And so Pilates I love. It can be difficult because, girl, once you start having to plank on the reformer and you shake it on the reformer, girl, that can be tough. And baby, my favorite word when it comes to Pilates is feet and straps, because I know the workout is done. It's time to go. We have wrapped it up, we have ended, we have concluded, we're done. Pilates, for me, I really have started having muscle definition. My arms are looking better. I'm kind of leaning out in my stomach area, which I love, and my legs are more toned. All of this has been because of Pilates, and I know. So I'm a Pilates mommy. I love Pilates. I have been doing it, like I said, since January, and I honestly plan on keeping it up for the long haul. Even though it can be expensive, eventually I want to look into getting my own reformer so I can focus on some at-home Pilates when I want to work on targeted areas that we may have not spent that much time in class doing, because when you take a class, obviously you have to do what the instructor tells you to do, but when you're doing it at home, girl, you in charge. And so that may be a future thing. We gotta pat the brows because I hate a greasy brow, and my brows are always greasy. I'm gonna go in with the Tarte XL2B mascara and the Tarte eyelash curler for the lashes. Don't mind my nails because I know they need to be filled. So I'm sorry for coming on here looking crusty, but I just wanted to tell y'all I wanted to fully and firmly and formally introduce myself to y'all, because I just came on YouTube with a vlog and y'all probably like, who the hell is this girl? And why should we care about her? Ooh, and so I just wanted to give y'all a little backstory. And the thing is also, I just really wanted to always secretly be on the internet. I secretly always wanted to be a content creator, influencer, someone who makes content, whatever you want to call it. I always wanted to be that, and I always thought that my weight was going to be something that held me back from that. And so it's just crazy that I have kind of grown a following on my TikTok and Instagram, and now trying to on YouTube, just from me being vulnerable and being open about my weight loss and my struggles with weight. Like that just, I don't know, it's just like a crazy idea that like something I thought was holding me back actually propelled me. You know what I mean? And yeah, life is just crazy. It's just crazy. But this mascara is the truth. And if you have ever thought that you needed it and wanted to know if it works for real or not, I have baby lashes, like the world's babyest lashes. And this don't make them baby no more. And my favorite thing also is how this stuff comes off. Because when you wash your face at night, you know how sometimes when you have mascara and like it gives you like the raccoon eyes, because like the mascara be the hardest part of the makeup to come off. Not with this stuff. All you need is warm water. You pat your eye with the warm water, and then you just like pull, you don't pull it, but you can just rub your finger on it. The mascara is off. It's the best thing It makes taking off your makeup so easy. Then we're gonna go in, the last step, we're gonna go in with the Patrick Ta Blush Duo in the shade She's Blushing. This is something that is just very like, it's not too much, it's very subtle, and I love this shade. I go in first. I do mine a little bit backwards. Everyone likes to do the Patrick Ta method, which that's not, you know, I do that too when I want to do it. But I usually, where'd you go? Okay, I usually take the cream first and then I do the powder. Okay, the last question is, do I plan to have plastic surgery? The answer to that is yes. Like I said, I do have some loose skin, and so I do, and I would really like to eventually have that removed. I don't know if I want to do my arms necessarily. My main insecurity and my main area that I would like to have, you know, done better would be my stomach. Oh no, my mascara done got smushed. I gotta fix it. But yeah, my main area would be my stomach. I would really like to have that done. And if I do my boobs, if I do my tatas, if I do my bum, that'll be something you gotta stay tuned for, because I don't know. But tummy, yes. The other ones, I don't know. If they got a 3-for-1 special, hey, they ain't gonna be mad at it. I ain't gonna be mad at it. But my tummy for sure. I'm scared. But I know now that like surgery and all that stuff has come such a, you know, a long and a far way. I have a couple of surgeons that I've been like stalking, and I know who I want to go to. One is actually like here in the Texas area. And then no, 2 are actually here in the Texas area, and then 1 is in Tennessee. Also, 1 is in Atlanta. And so I plan on booking some consultations and stuff soon, but we'll see. And of course, I'm gonna take y'all along the journey with that, because we're locked in now. We all together. We're gonna be on this journey together. Then we're gonna finish it off with some Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Setting Spray. While that is drying, we're gonna go ahead and do my lip. So my lip is going to be the One Size Lip Snatcher pencil in the shade Rent Dew. Just gonna line the lip. Beautiful. And then I'm gonna go in with the Fenty Gloss Bomb, I think. Not this one. I don't know how I feel about this one yet, so we're gonna keep playing with this one. But I also got this pink one in. I'm gonna go grab her so we can try it together. And we back, girl, with the wig. Looking like, I don't know. Who am I looking like? Don't say, don't tell me. But this is the Fenty Gloss Bomb in the shade, the cream one. I think this is shade Fenty Glow. So she's a little bit more of like a pinky color. Pick it up, pick it up. There it is. She's more of like a pinky color with this liner. She cute. She a little too pink. She a little too pink, so we're gonna go in and maybe this could come through with it, the new Fenty and Tulip Kiss. Let's see what this looks like with it on top. All right, y'all, and this is the finished look. I hope we had a blast chit-chatting and getting to know one another. Especially, I hope you got to know me a little bit more. Let me know in the comments if you are interested in a GLP-1, if you're also on a GLP-1, and let me know how your journey has been. If you are interested in starting, I do have a link to who I go through, which is Weight Watchers Clinic. They will be linked down below. Also, let me know if there's anything else that you want me to talk about when it comes to this topic. I will be more than willing and happy to share. Just let me know in the comments or send me a message. Either one is fine, on TikTok or Instagram. But anyways, I hope y'all have a great day and thank you for watching. Bye.